I'll call the meeting of the Loan Committee of the Board of Investments to order. First item on the agenda, roll call. I did miss the members from the prior committee meeting. So Member Barry,
Yep.
Member Kober,
Here.
Member Bennett,
He's absent.
Member Bennett absent, Member Yunkin,
She's on
She's
mute,
on.
but she's
I'm here.
All
Oh, dang, where's that unmute button? Sorry.
right,
Pretty nice hand signals.
Yeah.
great. All right, first item on the agenda, public comment. Any public comment on issues with committee jurisdiction? Hearing none. Next item, approval of the February 28th, 2024 committee meeting minutes. I assume everything ran smooth with Jack stepping back in as the chair. Are there any comments on the minutes?
I'll move the minutes, Mark Berry.
Motion for Mark,
I'll second.
second from Cindy. All in favor?
Wait,
Just a second, Jeff, sorry, I'm not on the committee, but there is a typo on this. You know how I catch typos. Under item 4, it says this will consolidate the whole city, and it should be the old city hall. So if you correct that, I think your minutes are fine. Sorry.
And I just
That's
might
great.
add, Jeff, that I really did miss you.
So should we amend those motions, or can we just keep the motions with the proposed change from Maggie?
I'll revise my motion to approve the minutes with board member Peterson's change.
No,
All right, we
we
have a
second.
motion. And we got a second. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, Executive Director comments.
Mr. Chairman, Doug and I will wait till tab 2 to have a conversation about the bank reviews that we discussed last meeting. Otherwise, I would, well, compliment Louise. She has been exceedingly busy with requests coming through the door. Link deposit, we will open the window June 3rd. Had a conversation with the Housing Task Force one day earlier this week. I don't know, they all kind of blend together at this point. 1,240 units, possibly growing for this fiscal year. Likely similar number next year, working with Glacier on rearranging some of the deck chairs. There are some projects that are ready to go now and some that are taking a little bit longer. So we're gonna rearrange to make it work for them to get the builders financing sooner. So otherwise, all is well on that front.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Next item, intercap loan requests. Louise?
Thank you, Chairman Meredith. Just a quick audio check. Can you hear me okay, Chairman Meredith?
Yeah, I hear you great.
Wonderful. Okay, we have 2 loan requests for the Intercap loan program. We have one from Columbia Falls High School District. We'll start out with that one. They have a roof issue they need to handle. They're requesting $2,750,000 to replace the high school building. This is the east wing. In that write-up, you'll see a picture of where exactly the roof is. And apparently it was, this membrane was replaced back in 2010, but it has been leaking for quite some time, and there's some structural damage happening, rusting and all that fun stuff. And in the meantime, they have a federally funded $5 million HVAC system project underway, and this roof project needs to be done before that can be completed. So they're requesting $2,750,000, and they are going to go to the voters for this one. This will be a building reserve levy that's going to repay it within 2 years, and that election is May 7th. And so this is contingent on the voters approving that building reserve levy. And we are, staff is recommending approval with that condition in mind that we're waiting for those election results before we release funds.
So our motion would be approval subject to voter approval. You know, if that roof was put on there in 2010, it's only 20, I guess it's. should be-
14 years old.
14, yeah. Should last longer than
Still,
that.
yeah, still could have some warranty on that building, or on that roof, on that membrane.
And I'm sure they're looking into that.
That's not
But
our
at this point,
responsibility.
yeah, it's a
It
wreck.
sounds like there's more than the membrane that needs to be replaced as well with the structural deficiencies. I think that's probably why the cost is so high. So probably having to replace the trusses and the steel trusses.
It sounds like, plus I take it all the HVAC is on the roof.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Chairman, I'll move the loan as presented, subject to approval by the voters.
We need it, subject to the conditions on the last page,
Subject to the conditions on
page 2.
page 2 of the loan write-up.
Is there a second?
I'll second it, Jeff.
Thank you. We got a motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, next request, Louise.
Okay, thank you, Chairman Meredith. The next request is one that we get mostly every year. This is for replacement vehicles for the Department of Transportation. You've probably seen these vehicles. They're parked right next to Highway 12, and they are replacing those. There are also other leases and whatnot within the state agencies that are around the state that they take care of. Now, Intercap is there for them to finance these cars and cars and trucks. So we have a $4 million request from them to finance the vehicle replacement purchases for the state motor pool. These are always a 7-year term, and it happens once a year. There was one occasion when they didn't do that. It was during the Schweitzer administration, when he didn't want any more debt out there. So there was a couple of years in which they did not replace vehicles. Yes, believe it or not, that happens. So, so here we are for this request, and staff is also recommending approval on this particular loan for the Department of Transportation.
Louise, do you want to talk about the revolving fund proposal for this next meeting?
This is also one of those that happens so often that we are going to submit to the board a consideration for a policy change or an added to policy to the Intercap that, so the board will, on your permission, of course, give staff the ability to go ahead and do these loans, and with a cap of about 15 million. If we never need to go over that 15 million, of course, we'd come back to the board. But along with that policy will be, of course, the DNRC loans that show up quite often. And it's just a repetitive situation. So anyway, we'll cover more of that coming in May. And
Can I ask a question, Mr. Chairman?
Yep.
Okay, so this is like an annual type of thing. So how many, and they're 7-year terms,
yes,
so how many loans are outstanding right now? I mean, they're 7-year terms, you got seven loans outstanding right now.
yeah, no, actually, I think there's only 4 loans outstanding with transportation. Yeah, if my memory serves correctly.
You're right. It says that.
Does it? Great, awesome.
Right up.
But the total is 8 million or something with this petition.
Right, if they fully
So
fund this one.
that's always gotta go to the full board when it's that much then, right?
Actually below 5 million
So,
would be loan committee. Anything over 5 million is board.
So this would go to the board too.
No,
In ag-
It's
well, it's an
4.7.
ag-
Well,
in
my
aggregate.
question is not this particular request,
You're
but the
talking
total. Does the total make that go to the board?
The policy we've been operating under is if one lender or one borrower exceeds the million or 5 million threshold, then they go to either the committee or the board. So if it's two $600,000 loans, the second loan of 600,000 would go to the loan committee. In this instance, because the aggregate is in excess of the 5 million, the full board. That's been our practice thus far, so.
Right, and I think that's a good control so hopefully we can do that. And then the other thing is, how do they bid on these vehicles? Do they go through any local dealers or how does that work?
Yes, as far, what I remember is this last bid was through Livingston Ford. And so it's within the state really is who they're getting the bids from on these dealerships.
Yeah, that's been my experience.
right, and I was gonna say, and having been involved with this at Tech, we got bids from lots of places and they varied widely sometimes. Some really came in pretty low.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Louise, do you know what happens to all of the vehicles that the state is replacing? I mean, and then, but really the question is not just what happens to them, but what happens to funds from the sale of those used vehicles? Does it go back to pay off debt or does it go into general fund or what?
That's very good questions. And actually the replacement vehicles, it's all part of the state surplus. And so you'll see that auction that they have once a year, paid auction usually runs that one. And those vehicles end up there as the ones are being replaced, the old ones go into surplus. As for your second question, I'm sorry, my memory is really, really low right now. What was your second question?
What happens to the money from the sales?
Money from the sales remains with the Department of Transportation. They do have fees in place to repay these loans. If they want to, they could. We wouldn't charge them a prepayment penalty if they want to pay down the loans. But they just have a nice system of just making their payments and doing new loans as they need them.
So the funds from the sale just goes into their transportation's accounts and budget.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Would you like us to mark you down for a 2009 Prius in the next auction?
No, I don't want a Prius.
Okay.
I want a Ford Fiesta, please. I'm
We need to
particular
talk
about
about
these
our conflict of interest policy.
You're welcome to bid, I'm sure.
It's tough. I mean, we used to be able to get those things for a song. Now they're pretty costly.
Yeah,
Are they?
yeah. Okay,
All right, any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve this request and recommend full approval by the board.
I'll,
I'd move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
A motion from Member Youngkin,
I'll second.
second from Mark. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Brings us to the end of the agenda, so anything else, Dan, or are we ready to adjourn?
we're ready if you're ready to adjourn.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right.